Marcin Piasecki, witam Państwa w Rzeczy o Biznesie, a w naszym studiu gość, pan Matthias Baltin, prezes zarządu Allianz Polska. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for coming. And the first question is, how important is Polish insurance market in Europe?
Poland is a very important market in Europe and also for Allianz. Looking at its size, it's a middle-sized insurance market. If we look at, currently in euros, it's 14 billion euros total premiums in Poland. And this compares obviously to other significantly more, bigger markets such as the UK being the biggest, almost 20 times as big. Germany, France, Italy, those are the other markets, all 10 times or bigger. But what these markets don't have are the growth rates of the Polish markets. And this is really something that speaks for the Polish insurance market and reflects also the strong development of the Polish economy.
And this is a very important thing. Polish market is growing, but why?
Well, it reflects, as I said, the general economic development of Poland as a country. And here the track record of Poland is really remarkable, right? For almost 2 decades, a country without a recession. This is really remarkable. And also the absolute growth rates in recent years, now last year above 5%, and also this year growth rates so far have been very strong, are supporting a development that is reflected in the insurance market. Because usually the development of insurance premiums track rather closely the development of the overall economy. And it's not only that they are following the economic development, they're also enabling the economic development, right? And this is, in fact, an important role of the insurance sector in general, that it allows the risk-taking necessary for this development. So we, as Allianz and we as the insurers, see ourselves as an important building block of this strong development of the Polish economy.
And what are the perspectives of Polish market?
To continue, and as the market matures further, because the other example I've mentioned, UK, Germany, Italy, these are significantly more mature market with different characteristics. So first of all, if we look at the non-life insurance sector, the share of non-motor premiums is higher than it currently is in Poland. So one of the expectations I would have for the Polish market is that especially this sector, so household, small business and corporate insurance continues to grow. And then also looking at the mix between non-life and life insurance, also the share of life insurance in mature markets tends to be higher. And also here I expect the development in Poland to reflect this trend. So also increasing protection business and if the framework permits also savings business through life insurance.
And how important is Polish market for Allianz?
As Allianz, of course, our current activities globally cover all continents. But in the heart, we are a European company, right? This is our home turf. And Poland is a very important geography in Europe. It's a very populous country, so close to 40 million inhabitants. And very close also geographically to Germany, right? This all underlines the fact that Poland also as an insurance market for us is very, very attractive. And we are now in the market for over 20 years, right? So as much as we, as Allianz Poland, are part of Allianz, the global insurance group, we also identify ourselves through the history that we have now built up in Poland as part of this market. And we look forward to further being part of this and growing our presence in Poland.
Allianz wants to be the smart company. What does it mean, smart in insurance? Smart,
in one word, means simple, right? Because today, the rate of development is, we look not only at insurance, but at our daily lives is just really astonishing. And as insurers, we need to keep up with it. And we can only keep up if we offer solutions to our clients that underline the fact that also insurance can be a simple offer. And historically, and still today, right? Insurance is perceived as a complex business, long terms and conditions,
Yes.
right, and
Oh, yes.
many hundred pages in many cases. And this is a challenge to overcome. And smart means to find the right ways to overcome this in a way that is simple, but adds the value that is necessary to the clients.
And is it possible how to do it, Allianz?
Now, we start with the customer, right? This is, as I said, the most important part. And here we have already made the decisive first steps. We've introduced earlier this year new products that reflect this principle, right? So we have introduced a new motor product, a new household product, which relieves the burden of designing from scratch a insurance coverage, right? By packaging it into 3, respectively 4 options from which customers can choose. And this significantly simplifies this process of buying insurance, and the customers can trust that with these packages they are buying protection that has been tested before and adds value to their situations.
And let's talk about young people, the Generation Z, for example. How to contact with them from the insurance company like your company?
And this is another challenge that we are working on, because obviously also their attitudes differ from earlier generations. As Allianz, for example, we know that we have a strong brand which reflects our cautious approach, our risk conscious approach. But this Generation Z, people tend to care a little bit less about brands, for example, right? So it's more about instant interactions on the spot, being available anytime and anywhere. So the way how we contact, how we approach our customers is very important. And here we are broadening our approaches. Of course, we work with insurance agents, and this will also be an important part of our business in the future. But we go beyond it, right? So also with online offerings, for example, where the availability is granted 24/7.
And this simplicity, is this a trend or a necessity?
It's a necessary trend, I would say. This is here to stay, for sure, right? And this is something, if we are not going decisively and quickly ahead on this topic, we will be left behind. This is for sure. But in the end, what is the next step after that, right? Because
Yes.
I said we start with the customer experience simplicity. Of course, creating simplicity for the customer on the interface, on the sales side, can create complexities on the inside in providing this, right? So the next step will really be to also work on the inside to simplify our processes, our ways of working, to bring this principle also into our internal community with the Allianz employees, and therefore enable a setup and a culture that is much more geared toward faster decision making and empowerment of the organization.
And what is the response? Response from the clients? Response based on those processes?
Clients, and I would say in general stakeholders, so the people who are involved in this process, of course our insurance agents as well as our employees, we're very happy with the feedback we've received so far. On the introductions of these new products, for example, and also our sales results underline that we are on a very good track with this. But then also of the principle of simplicity in general, right? So our hasło in Allianz Poland now is prostota wygrywa. And this is part of our daily dialogue, and people are really engaged to see how we can live up to this aspiration.
And is it the future of insurance, simplicity?
It's part of the future. It, of course, cannot be condensed onto such a simple
What
motto.
are the other parts?
Well, insurance needs, of course, also evolve, right? I was talking about the breathtaking speed of development driven by technology in our lives, and this, of course, creates also new needs which insurers need to react to, right? To be relevant for their clients, to develop new solutions, to cover risk coming from technology for individuals as well as for businesses, right? I mean, cyber insurance is, of course, one emerging risk, emerging and already here that now as a company and as a market we are providing solutions for. And so for sure, it is ever more important to remain agile, to read very well what are the trends in the market, what are emerging needs, have a close dialogue with the customers. This is something that as Allianz we take very seriously. So before launching these new simplified products, for example, we were doing extensive customer research, not only in Poland, but across many European markets. And this we cannot do just one-off to introduce new product. This is something we need to do on an ongoing basis.
Mm-hmm. And your current headline in Poland is Prostota
Wygrywa.
Prostota wygrywa. Okay. Thank you for interview. Moim dzisiejszym gościem był pan Matthias Baltin, prezes zarządu Allianz Polska.